Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are from Group 4 will be presented about the topic computer-based transaction processing. First, I want to say thank to our lecturer of Accounting Information System, Ms. Zwesti Eka Putri, MAK. Next, I will introduce my team. My name is Zulia as moderator and presenter, and Tabita, Audrey, Rudy Hisham as presenter. For the first topic is about data processing, data collection, data capturing process, and data collection technique will be presented by me. First is data processing. Data comes from the word datum, which means fact or part of a fact that contains meaning connected to reality, which can be described with symbols, numbers, letters, and so on. Data processing is an activity carried out using input in the form of data and producing useful information for the purpose as planned. Next is data collection. Data collection is the process of collecting information or data that will be used by researchers so that their activities are systematic. Next is data capturing process. Data management is the activity of capturing data from basic documents. This document is a datasheet that is filled in by an officer or other person directly. About the document is filled out and designed clearly, easy to fill in, and can minimize data errors. There are 5 of data capturing process. First, review the literature and consult with experts. Second, study and approach community group as research objects. Third, build and utilize good relationship with respondents and their environment. Fourth, conduct trials or pilot studies. And fifth, formulate and structure questions for research. Next is about data collection technique. First technique is interview. Interviews are data collection technique carried out face-to-face and direct question and answer between researchers and sources. Second technique is observation. Observation is a complex data collection method because it involves various factors in its implementation. Third technique is questionnaire. A questionnaire is a data collection method that is carried out by giving a set of questions or written statement to respondent to answer. And the fourth technique is document study. Document study is a data collection method that is not aimed directly at the research subject. Document study is a type of data collection that examines various kinds of documents that are useful for analysis. And for the next material will be presented by Tabita.
Okay, so next, I will explain to you about updating, modifying, and data maintenance process. Updating and modifying data. The process of updating data in computer-based transaction processing is a vital step to maintain the integrity and accuracy of transactional data. This involves changing data related to business transactions, such as updating inventory, changing customer information, or modifying orders. This process includes adding, deleting, or changing data in the database or computer system. The goal is to ensure that existing data is always relevant and accurate. This process often involves manual input by users or automatic update by the system. So, these are the data update and modification process. The first one is identification of renewal needs. The process begins by identifying the data that needs to be updated as a result of a business transaction. This may include customer information, order status, stock items, or other relevant data. The second is collecting new data. If the transaction involves adding new data, the information must be collected from the relevant sources, and this could involve manual entry by the user or data retrieval from a transaction form or process. The third, there is validation new data. Newly collected data must be validated to ensure its accuracy. This involves checking for typographical errors, checking the validity of the information, and verifying the data. Next, the fourth is updating of existing data. The data that already in the system must be updated according to the required changes. For example, if there is a change in the customer's address, the data must be updated in the database. The fifth, there is deleting all data. Data that is no longer relevant or necessary should be removed from the system. This could include archiving the data or deleting it completely, depending on company policy. The sixth is changing logging. All data changes should be recorded in a log, including information such as the time and the data of the change and the identification of the user who made the change. This log is useful for auditing and tracking purposes. Next, the seventh, we have testing and verification. Before data changes are widely implemented, it is necessary to conduct testing to ensure that the update data works properly and in accordance with existing business process. The eighth is backup data. Data should always be backed up before and after the update process. This is to protect data from the risk of loss or system failure. And last but not least, implementations of change. Once all data changes have been verified and tested, you can implement them in a production environment. The updated data is new available for use in a subsequent transaction. Okay, next I will explain to you about the data maintenance process. So, data maintenance is the act of preserving data quality, availability, and integrity. It includes routine maintenance, data recovery in case of failure, and protecting data from external threats. The process encompasses preventive and recovery actions. Here are the data maintenance process. The first one, we have backup data. This process involves making backup copies of data on a regular basis to protect data from loss or damage. Backup can be done daily, weekly, or according to business needs. The second one, we have data recovery. In case of system failure or data loss, a data recovery process is required. This involves using backup copies to restore data to its previous state. The third is monitoring performance. Maintenance also includes monitoring system performance to detect potential problems or performance degradation. This helps prevent disruption in transaction processing. The fourth is maintenance of hardware and software. The hardware and software used in transaction processing must be regularly maintained. These include repairs, updates, and preventive maintenance. And last is the security of data. Data maintenance also includes security measures to protect data from external threats. This involves firewalls, data encryption, and other security measures. Next, we will talk about information creation. Information generation or information creation in computer-based transaction processing in accounting information system involves steps to collect, process, and analyze transaction data in order to produce relevant financial statements and accounting information. There are three steps of information generation. The first one is input, the second one is process, and the third one is output. So, next, I will explain to you about the process of information creation. The first process is input. In input, we have transaction data collection, which collection and recording of data from various sources. Transaction data such as sales invoice, cash receipt, and debt payments are collected from various sources within the organization. The second process, we have process. In the process, there is data processing, which processing data into information. Transaction data is then processed in the accounting information system. This process includes data entry, coding, and calculation required to record transaction in journals and ledgers. And the last process is output. There are three steps in output. The first one is generating financial statement, the second one analysis and interpretation, and the third one is decision making. What is generating financial statement? Generating financial statement or generating financial reports are the process data is used to generate financial reports such as balance sheets, income statements, and cash flow statements. These reports provide an overview of the company's financial performance. Next, analysis and interpretation. Analysis and interpretation is accounting professional which they analyze and interpret the generated accounting information to understand trends, comparisons, and financial implication. Next, decision making. The accounting information produced is used by management and stakeholders for strategic decision making, such as resource allocation, budgeting, and performance evaluation. Next material will be presented by Hisham.
Documentation process. The documentation process is a process for recording written or electronic information about an event, action, or activity carried out. The documentation process is very important because it can help ensure the accuracy, completeness, and consistency of information. Documentation process materials include first, document type, second, document format, third, documentation standards, four, roles and responsibilities, five, inspection and verification, six, information management, seven, document maintenance, eight, training. An alternative approach in data processing is an approach that is different from conventional or traditional approach in collecting, analyzing, and presenting data. An alternative approach can usually help solve problems and see data from a different point of view. Some examples of an alternative approach to data processing include first, user survey analysis, second, qualitative analysis, third, data visualization, fourth, social network analysis, five, multivariate analysis.
File organization and data processing. File organization. Number one, method sequential file organization. The advantage of the in-memory storage method is that it's very simple, so it's very efficient for storing large record, and the distance between stored application is very clear. Number two, method relative file organization. In this method, the advantage is that according to the needs of precision files, the data stored is not always organized, and it's also faster in the data retrieval. Number three, index sequence. Data access cannot be acquired with relative, requires space memory to store index data requires more complex hardware and software. Number 4 method, multi-key. In this method, data in a database of information system is organized and inside it based on several different key attributes. This allows users to search for data using multiple criteria or parameters instead of just one key. Data processing. The most frequently performed data processing activity is data maintenance, namely processing periodic transactions to update stored data. The types of data maintenance commonly carried out are 1. Addition, 2. Deletion, 3. Update for change, 5. Calculation, 6. Comparing, 7. Summarizing, 8. Filtration, 9. Retrieval. Number 1. Addition in inserting new data records into a file. Number 2. Deletion is deleting data records from a file. Number 3. Update, namely referencing the current balance. Data updating is generally done by adding or subtracting numbers to the transaction data. Number 4. Change, namely modifying columns that require regular update, such as web address, credit history. Number 5. Calculation, normally carrying out various kinds of mathematical operation. Number 6. Comparing two or more data elements, such as the number of items available and inventory rarely falls. Number 7. Summarization or summarizing, namely combining data into the one overall number. Number 8. Filtration, namely sorting data for further processing. Number 8. Retrieval, namely retrieving data from storage to be processed or made a report. Good data maintenance is key to maintaining the integrity and reliability of information system. This ensures that the data used in decision making and analysis remains accurate and relevant. Next, data processing approach. This approach views data use an organizational research that must be used and managed for the entire organization, not just used and managed by contained units or functions. Program that manage and control data and interface between data and application programs. Next, approach to managing data file. Number 1. Data integration. Data integration is information from multiple sources or departments can be combined seamlessly. It's like having one controlled place to store and access various necessary information without only limitation in completing it. Number 2, report flexibility is reports can be revised easily and created according to needs without being tied to a routine report creation schedule. Number 3, minimize data repetition and inconsistency. Because data elements are usually only stored once, repetition and data inconsistency are minimized. Number 4, data independence. Because data and programs are independent of each other, each can be changed without affecting the other. This simplifies data management and programming. Enough for me, thank you.
Thank you to Tabitha, Audrey, and Rudy Hisham for the presentation. The conclusion is computer-based transaction processing is an important process in the business world, where transaction data is recorded, processed, and managed with the help of computer technology. It aims to improve efficiency, speed, and accuracy in the management of business information. This process includes various stages, such as data update, data modification, and data maintenance, all of which play an important role in maintaining the continuity of successful business operation. With the proper use of information system, computer-based transaction processing can provide significant benefits in business decision-making, planning, and analysis. That's all from us. I would like to thank those of you who watch and listen to our group presentation, and I hope you guys always happy and healthy. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.